Hey beautiful everyday people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mesele, and on this channel I talk about great and exciting content. Please watch the full video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am so grateful. If this is your first time of coming across my video, I just want to say a big thank you to you, and that is a kiss from me to you. On this channel I talk about God, I talk about our character, I talk about marriage, I talk about relationships, I talk about going back to school, I talk about health, I talk about finances. Basically, I talk about anything that the Lord lays on my heart. But I'm really big on the character. How does being a child of God affect the way we behave? How does being a child of God, how does being a supernatural person or a supernatural child of God, how does it affect your natural experiences? So when life happens, so how do you react as a child of God? How does the 2 hours you spent in prayer, the 1 hour you spent in worship, the 30 minutes, the 2 hours, the 3 hours, whatever number of hours you spent meditating on God's word, or the time you spent fasting, how does it affect the natural experiences that we go through every single day? Those are the things that I talk about on my channel. Now, if you consider content like this something you like, and I think you should, please click the subscribe button and also click the notification bell so that once I upload a new video, you, my darlings, will be notified. If this is not your first time of coming across any of my videos here on YouTube, you can be my short videos, you can even be my long videos. I just want to say a big thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Don't forget that I have a target this year, and that is to get to 1,500 subscribers. We're getting there, we're getting there. I think we had 2 extra subscribers last week, and I just want to say a big thank you. But please don't stop there. Help me share with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. I mean, people that you talk to, people you can share content like this with. Please help me share with them. Share the link to one of my videos or even my channel so that they can be blessed as well. All right. And don't forget that I always say this, and don't let anything take your sleep away from you, except God wakes you up in the middle of the night to pray. Don't let anything take your appetite except you are fasting. Eat well, sleep well, exercise, do your part, and God will do his part. You can always send me an email here at oluwapo.mesele@gmail.com. So maybe you want me to talk about something, you want me to address something, you want advice in the capacity I'm able to, because I'm not able to advise on everything, or you just want somebody to pray with you regarding something you're trusting God for, or I've even said something you don't quite agree with it, you don't want to put it in the comment section, you can always send me an email here at oluwapo.mesele@gmail.com. Now let's get into what I want to talk about today. 2 weeks ago, if I'm right, I shared my experience on the Google Map story when I newly got to the UK, and how I used to use Google Map everywhere I'm going, and I still do that till date. If I'm going to somewhere that I'm not familiar with, I use Google Map, right? So I shared how I was going to school one day and how I was on the bus, and then I realized a lot of people alighted from the bus or off the bus at this particular bus stop, and I figured, oh, that must be where I'm going to, and I got off the bus as well, only for me to realize that I was still miles away from where I am actually going. So, and I started sharing the lessons that I learned from that particular story. Now, let me retrace something here. See, the umbrella of this whole thing is how to have an exceptional 2026. Somebody says, oh, ABM, you're talking about exceptional 2026 in March. Yes, if you get something right in the first quarter of the year, you can still have an exceptional 2026. Now, we are still going to talk about having an exceptional 2026 even in June, because everything I'm going to be talking about throughout this year is how to have an exceptional 2026, and it's not too late. I know that a lot of us are used to topics like this in the first month of the year, which is January. So we expect by March, by June, by September, we're talking about the honest truth of what I have realized is, if you've had a great year so far, and God forbid something happens 1st of December or 30th, in fact 31st of December of that particular year, it can reshape the whole year for you. That the year that has been smooth, God forbid, now turns out to be what kind of year is it. Also, if you've had a rough year, maybe up until September, but then you get something right, it can change the course of the year for you forever. So no matter what I talk about, I need you to understand that the bedrock of it is how to have an exceptional 2026. So if I'm talking about, last week I shared how we are not all going on the same journey. That was the first lesson I shared from last week. Please note, in 2026 as well. So you can always bring it back to how to have an exceptional 2026. In 2026, you need to realize that everyone is not going on the same journey as you are. So you're on a distinct journey, and you've got to realize that you've got to learn to walk with God, your own unique and personalized journey from God, because we are not all going in the same direction. We're not on the same journey, right? So you can still tie it all up with how to have an exceptional 2026. So today I'm just going to share my second lesson from that particular experience. And I said I have six to seven lessons from that story, but I'm not sure I'll be able to share everything. But as to the degree or to the length I'm able to share, I will definitely share. So the second one I want to talk about today is crowd does not equate right. Now, have you ever heard people say, oh, everybody is doing it, everybody is doing it, everybody is doing it? I'm here to tell you that everybody is doing it doesn't make it right. That a lot of people are doing something does not mean it is right. And let me take that part of the story. Remember, now I know that that's what it's called, to the city center. And I realized that almost everyone on the bus got off the bus because it is the city center. And that's why it's called city center. If you ever want to find a place where you would see a lot of crowd, I mean, I will talk about UK where I live, and specifically I'll talk about Leeds, because I've not lived in other part of UK and I've not lived in other part of the world. I've only lived in two countries, Nigeria and United Kingdom. And in United Kingdom, I've only lived in Leeds, right? Now, if you want a place where you will see a lot of people at the same time, either in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night, go to the city center. Now, does that mean everyone in the city center should be in the city center at that time they're in the city center? No. Does that mean everyone in the city center at that time is doing the right thing? No. Now, I got on the bus. I didn't realize that that place is where it's so crowded, and almost everyone on the bus was going to the city center, to a particular place, because that's where you find the malls, the several things that you find in the city center. Now, I wasn't going to the city center. I was going to a specific place, school. Now, where I live in Leeds here, there is no school right in the middle of the city center. Now, you find shops, you find this, you find that, you find several things in the city center, but not a school because of the crowd, right? Now, the schools might not be far from city center, but they are not right. I'm talking about Leeds now. They are not right in the middle of city center, and it's for a reason, because it is a populated place. So a lot of people come there. It can be distracting. Now, if you go with the crowd, you will miss your way, and you'll be distracted, and you will just be following the crowd. And with your life, you cannot afford to follow the crowd. Now, I followed the crowd to where everyone was going that day, but I was going to a specific place, the school, not the city center. A lot of people even come to the city center not because they have anything to do. They just want to get out of their house, take fresh air, and just walk around, window shop, and buy sometimes nothing. But I was going to a specific place for a specific reason, with a specific intention, but I lost track of that because I focused on the people that were going to the city center. See, that is what happens in life as well. A lot of people they have their own specific journey. They know where they are going to. There is a direction for their life. There is a purpose that God has given to them. But they get to the city center, they get to where everybody is doing it, and then they are like, they get off the bus. I think this must be where I'm going to. I'm here to tell you, the city center might not be where you're going to, except that is where you're going to. But if that is not where you're going to, you are wrong. Except where everybody is, God has sent you there. If God has not sent you there, you cannot run your life. You cannot do things. You cannot live your life by everybody is doing it, because everybody is doing it does not mean everybody is right. Doesn't even mean it's right. In fact, if everybody is doing it, some people might be there because they are supposed to do it. Now, are you there because you're supposed to do it? Are you following the crowd because that is where the purpose and the journey of your life is leading to? Or you are just following the crowd because everybody is doing it? Now, everybody is doing it. See, the city center is not wrong. If you got on that bus to go to the city center, you are right. But if you got on the bus to go to school, to go to the hospital, to go to a specific place, but you are lighted at the city center because everybody are lighted at the city center, then you are wrong. Now, if you're doing something that everybody is doing, and that is what God has asked you to do, you are perfect, you're right. Go on with everybody is doing it. But I can tell you, with the few years that I've worked with God, God deals with us not as crowd, but individually. We might all look like we're heading the same direction. We might all look like we're going to the same place, but we just might not be going to the same place. So my question to you today is, why are you doing what you're doing? Is it because everybody is doing it, or God has asked me to do it? Oh, everybody is selling this, I must sell it. Oh, everybody is doing this, I must do it. Oh, everybody is, oh, this is the country everybody is migrating to, I'm migrating there. Is that where God has asked you to go to? Because you cannot bring God into your disobedience, right? So you've just done something God has asked you not to do, and then you want to drag God into it. No, he's not going to be dragged into it. See, God gave me an illustration. That's where I'm going to hand my book today. God gave me an illustration some times ago. You know, if you see a mother and a child, and the child is crying, "Mommy, give me sweet. Mommy, I want chocolate. Mommy, 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 mommy." After some time, the mother will say, "Hey, just take, please. I want peace." Because mother just wants, your crying is, I don't want you to cry in my ears. It's giving me headache. Oh, just take and let's have some peace and quietness in this house. That's not God. That's not God. You're not going to say, God, and goes, oh, okay, just like I want peace and quietness in heaven. That's not God. He will go through the process with you. Even if you cry, you shout, you whatever at him, he's going to go through the process with God. I ain't jumping queue for ya. Yeah, it's not jumping queue. Now, I'm not saying God does not break protocol. It does break protocol, but see, that's not the norm. Oh, I've done this. You just want to live your life anyhow, and then you say, oh, God is just going to. No, God is not. That's not God, right? So we work with God on our own specific individual journey. Crowd does not equate right. So don't live your life by everybody's doing it. I'm doing it because God has asked me to do it. Because when this thing crumbles, or when it looks like it's going to crumble, I need to be able to go back to God to say, God, okay, you told me to do this, so what's the next thing? So imagine he didn't tell you to do, you're going to bring him into it. Glory be to Jesus. I hope this has helped you today as much as it has been a blessing to me as well. Thank you so much for watching my video. God bless you. Don't forget that I have 2 books titled The Catalyst, Discover the Power to Change Your World, and the second one is titled I Am in My Waiting Season and There Is Nothing Wrong with It. Both books are available on Amazon Kindle. I'm in my waiting season and there is nothing wrong with it. And that is available on Seller. So if you're quite familiar with Seller, you can get it on Seller as well. And don't forget that you might be an everyday person, but you sure are a winner, my darling. If you don't want to see it, don't speak it out of your mouth. If you say it, you will see it, because your words are that powerful. And you rule, reign, and be wealthy. Rule, reign, and be wealthy. Rule, reign, and be wealthy. I know.